Two teams from the same neck of the woods, completely different fates so far in the 2018 MLB season sim. Hello everyone and welcome to WUB Network, America's sports leader. I'm Eddie Kalegi. It's always electric no matter what the records are when the Subway Series comes to play, as the Yankees and the Mets are about to get going. Just a quick update, we will have a video of highlights of the Lucas Oil Truck Series race number 4 coming probably tomorrow, if not on Thursday, and the NPCS finale is on the way. That should be out in just a couple days. So let's just take a look at the standings and where everyone's sitting right now. Yankees come in 4th place in the AL East, with the Blue Jays and the Orioles both red hot, especially Baltimore, who's won 8 of 10. Yankees, though, hanging around 500. Red Sox are dominating. The American League Central, the Indians hold a half-game advantage over the Twins. The Royals right there, all three of those teams equal in the win column. And in the West, the Mariners at 41 and 23 in control. Hello to everybody who's joining in. Astros have gotten to 4 over 500. Rangers all the way back in 29 and 38. White Sox have the worst record. Right now, the Yankees sit 3.5 out of the second wild card. In the National League East, the Nationals are on top. The Mets, unfortunately, all the way at the bottom, even below the dreadful Marlins, who started the season 4 and 21. Braves are okay. Phillies and Nationals battling. The Central sees the Cardinals on top, with the Cubs and the Brewers all in striking distance. The West sees the Dodgers at 40 and 24. So the game about to get started. It'll be Jordan Montgomery on the hill for the Yankees against Steven Matz and the Mets in the second game of the Subway Series. First one went to the Yankees yesterday after a strong pitching performance on the mound from Sonny Gray to outlast fellow veteran pitcher Jason Vargas. Matz has been back and forth between the bullpen and the starting rotation this season, so it'll be interesting what he's got. And a reminder, the NPCS finale is coming this weekend, the season finale. Be sure to check it out as Stenhouse, Larson, Busch, and Harvick battle for a title. Anyway, to Citi Field. The Yankees and the Mets, it's a packed crowd here in Flushing, Queens, as the Yanks and the Mets, you gotta believe is right. The Mets have had a rough season, but they always get jacked up to play these Yankees. Can they beat them here in the Subway Series? Steven Matz, as we said, back and forth between the rotation and the pen. It has not been a great year for Steven. 1-3 with an ERA dwindling around 5. It's at 4.97 at the moment. Mets rotation in this season sim has been a bit of a mess. Matt Harvey's been back and forth. Vargas was hurt. Seth Lugo was pitching well, but then he got hurt. Zach Wheeler's been basically in AAA the whole season and struggling down there, so it doesn't look like he's coming anytime soon. And Jamie Callahan has struggled. As Steven Matz's first pitch to Didi Gregorius is in there for a strike on the curveball. Yankees starting lineup, it's Gregorius, then Brett Gardner, Sanchez, Judge, Stanton, Gleyber Torres, Drury, Miguel Andujar, who was recently called up, and then Montgomery, the pitcher. Mets defensively going with Nimmo, Cespedes, and Bruce in the outfield. Batista at third, Rosario at short. Second bases has Dribble Cabrera, Wilmer at first, and Travis d'Arnaud, the catcher. The Mets just hoping to get things back under control here. Matz with the windup, the 0-1 pitch to Gregorius is in there on the outer part of the plate. A sinker, it's 0-2. Gregorius hitting .278 on the season, a solid year for the Yankee shortstop. Also won Player of the Week honors about a month ago. 0-2 to Didi Gregorius. This one's going to be slapped to second. Playable for Cabrera, who fires to first and got him. And that's the first out here of the first inning. As we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, and we'll go through it once again a little more in depth this time. Gregorius, Gardner, Sanchez, Aaron Judge, and Stanton have been big. Judge with .275 average. Torres needs to get that average up. Miguel Andujar's at .571, but he was just recently called up. So we'll see if he can keep the hot streak alive. Here's the veteran Brett Gardner, who has done much better on the road than at home, which is very weird for him because we're used to him tearing it up at Yankee Stadium, but that is not to be this season. Travis d'Arnaud the sign, Steven Matz the wind. The first pitch to Gardner is going to be low on a sinker, 1-0 the count. So the weather, 65 degrees, clear skies, a little bit of wind, it's blowing left to right. Hello to everybody who's joining in. 1-0 to Gardner. Grounded up the middle. Rosario dives but is not going to get there. And it's a slow rolling single up the middle for Brett Gardner to get a runner on and 1 out for the Yankees. Scorched right up back at Matz. Matz couldn't field it. Rosario was a little delayed to it as well. And the Yankees have the first base runner. But obviously, Matz being a lefty, it'll be a little more difficult to steal as Gary Sanchez comes to the plate. First pitch to Sanchez is low, ball 1. His defense has been lacking, but strong offensive numbers hovering around the 240s, 250s average-wise with the 10 home runs and 32 RBIs has helped to balance things out. 1-0 to Gary Sanchez is a curveball that misses low, and it's now a 2-0 count. The two bright spots on the Mets rotation obviously have been Jacob deGrom and Noah Syndergaard, and the rest of it has just been piecemeal. 2-0 is outside ball 3. As Seth Lugo, Matt Harvey, we'll get to that. The umpire and crew, Darryl Parker, the home plate umpire, Matthew Ross, Dave Lawrence, the crew chief is at second base. So 3-0. That one's going to be fouled off, and it's 3-1. Anyway, the Mets, aside from deGrom and Syndergaard, have had some really piecemeal starters in this season, Sim. Matt Harvey, Steven Matz, Jason Vargas, Seth Lugo, Rafael Montero, Jamie Callahan, all towing the rubber, and Zach Wheeler's in AAA and hasn't even gotten a shot yet. Anyway, it's a full count now to Sanchez, with Aaron Judge lurking in the on-deck circle. 3-2. Sanchez dribbles that one foul to the backstop, and it remains a full count. 3-2 from Matz to Gary Sanchez. Grounded double play ball. Flores down to shortstop Rosario for 1. Back to first, double play. A 3-6-3 double play. And Matz gets out of the inning unscathed. A hit, no one left. We head to the bottom of the first. No score in Flushing in the Subway Series. We'll be back on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Here's Jordan Montgomery, who took a no-hitter into the 6th inning his last time out against the Orioles. That game ended up turning into a dreadful one for the Yankees, where they ended up coughing it up at the end. As 7-3 record for Montgomery. Up comes Brandon Nimmo. So the Mets, the other issue they've had is their offense. Yoenis Cespedes, Jay Bruce, and Todd Frazier are the 3 stars per se. As Montgomery with the windup, the first pitch to Sanchez, to Nimmo, it's going to be a curveball low, ball 1. That's his signature pitch. Anyway, so Cespedes, Bruce, and Frazier, the 3 stars. Frazier's been hurt most of the season. Cespedes and Bruce have been right around 200 in their average. And Michael Conforto, who had a hot start, got hurt. And since then, it's just been a mess. This man is allowed a little more of a bright spot, Brandon Nimmo, as he takes the 1-0 in there for strike 1. As you see on the bottom, or might not see, they've got some scores flying by. The Orioles beat the Blue Jays 8-2 to continue their hot streak. Not Alexander Estrada, he's a Progressive Cup Series driver. Marco Estrada lost his 3rd consecutive start. Montgomery behind 2-1 on the leadoff man, Nimmo. That's outside ball 3. The other big upset today, the White Sox beat the Red Sox. That means the worst team in baseball beat the best team in baseball, 7-2. Justin Lustig had a home run for the White Sox, and a solid pitching performance from Gonzalez got them the win. Anyway, 3-1 from Montgomery to Nimmo. High ball 4, and not a good start for Montgomery as he'll walk the leadoff man, and Brandon Nimmo will be on base for Yoenis Cespedes. Here is Yoenis Cespedes hitting 191 this season. Definitely wants to turn things around here for the Mets. Most of the games down below were day games. There's not many games in action right now, along with this one. As the first pitch to Cespedes, he takes a two-seamer all the way, outside ball one. There is first-year manager Mickey Callaway, hoping this team can turn something around, but it's not many bright spots this season. 1-0 to Yo. Check swing, that was almost like a bunt. Somehow got that all the way down the first base line, but it's going to be foul, 1-1. Low, ball two. Montgomery struggling finding the plate. He did have a lot of walks in his last game, and this is proven to be similar. He walked 4 before he gave up that first hit. And he was at 87 pitches in the 5th inning. 2-1, Cespedes fooled on the changeup. That's one of his problems this year, not timing the breaking balls. Hanging curveballs and changeups used to be pitchers' demise when Cespedes was up, but that's not to be this season. Count is even 2-2, Nimmo at first. Cespedes clocks that one foul down the right side, and it remains a 2-2 count. Big game in Chavez Ravine. The Braves will be taking on the Dodgers. Mike Foltynewicz will be facing, I believe, Kenta Maeda. 2-2. Cespedes watches that one go in the dirt, and it's a full count. Jay Bruce, 199 average, but 14 bombs. He stands on deck. Nimmo at first. He might be going here. It's 3-2. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Cespedes for the first out of the inning. Montgomery with a big strikeout there, and that's the first out here of the last of the first inning. And that will bring up Jay Bruce. A look at the order. Bruce, Bautista, Cespedes all dwindling around the 200 mark. Cabrera's dropped off. Darno, Flores, Steven Matz, and Ahmed Rosario, who comes in with the second highest average on the team behind Nimmo. Bit of a surprise, as here's Jay Bruce, who has gone through a rough stretch. He had a hot stretch where he got his average all the way up to 230, but 0 for 15. Aside from that, 2 for his last 32. And facing a fellow lefty in Montgomery, this isn't an omen for something to change. Only 1 home run against the lefty this season. First pitch is going to be low and away, ball 1. St. Louis, who was one of the best teams in the league, just lost to Cincinnati 5-2, which is a bit of a surprise. Anyway, Jay Bruce watches that one 2-0. Now, the Mets can feel good about something because Steven Matz has been locating his pitches much better than Montgomery in the early going. Two balls, no strikes to Bruce. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be up and away on a fastball. And now Montgomery behind 3-0 with Joey Bat standing in the on-deck circle. Runner on first, nobody out. 3-0 to Jay Bruce. Sanchez the sign, Montgomery the pitch. That's off the plate, and a 4-pitch walk. And Montgomery's faced 2 lefties and walked them both on a total of 9 pitches. And now 2 on, 1 out for Jose Bautista. That is not good for Jordan Montgomery. And might have another high pitch count like the last time out. Here's Bautista only hitting 197. Signed after Todd Frazier went down, and he is nowhere near coming back. Him and Conforto still a long way away. As that pitch is going to be wild, Sanchez fires to third, and safely is Nimmo. Into second is Bruce. And after a wild pitch, now 2 in scoring position with 1 out. And the Mets getting an opportunity practically handed to them right here with Jordan Montgomery struggling out there on the mound. Bautista flirting with the Mendoza line right at 197 right now. He's dropped off. 1-0 is inside on a curveball. And now Montgomery's thrown 6 straight out of the zone, and it's 2-0. Altogether, that is now 13 balls and 18 pitches for Jordan Montgomery. He almost walked Cespedes, too. 2-0. Nice curveball. good team this season. Montgomery has pitched well, 7 wins, but he is struggling right now. Nimmo at third, Bruce at second. 2-1 check swing by Bautista, and he did not go around 3-1 as Dribble Cabrera stands on deck. 3 balls and a strike to Bautista. In there on a fastball, full count. Yes, pretty good. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out as Dribble Cabrera stands on deck. 3-2 to Bautista. Dribbled foul, fought that one off. I think that would have actually painted the zone, so a smart swing there by the 37-year-old veteran. Hit 59 home runs in a season once back in his time with Toronto. I believe that was 2011. 3-2 to Bautista, fouls one off, and it remains a full count. And Montgomery now up to 23 pitches, and the Yankees bullpen hasn't been all reliable like it was at the beginning of the season, so we'll see what happens. 3-2 to Bautista. Low ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Asdrubal Cabrera. Montgomery has walked 3 and gone full with the 4th, and now bases are loaded with 1 out. And Aaron Boone might have to go on the phone soon with his bullpen. Cabrera's also been mired in a slump, 2 for his last 23, but an opportunity for an RBI knock. The Mets ground into a double play here. This would not be good. So you see a lot of Mets and Yankees fans here. Just double the crowd because you got guys from both teams coming to see, as the first pitch is low, ball 1. That is 16 balls in 25 pitches for Jordan Montgomery. And surprised there hasn't been a mound visit yet. High fastball. He's lucky Parker gave him that call. 1-1. There it is. 16 balls, 10 strikes. The Mets have not gotten a hit, but 3 walks in the other batter. Cespedes was retired by the strikeout, but did work it to a full count. 1-1 to Cabrera. That's going to miss low on the changeup, and it's 2-1 now. And Jordan Montgomery is struggling mightily for the Yankees. The inning's already 11 minutes. Only 1 out. And Montgomery approaching 30 pitches here in the first inning. 2-1 to Cabrera. That's going to be off the plate. 3-1. And now 1 ball away from his 4th walk and forcing in a run with Travis d'Arnaud on deck. Yes, I'm getting closer to 600 subs. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more NASCAR, baseball, basketball, and more here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Montgomery's 3-1 is low, ball 4. 4th walk of the inning for Montgomery. That's going to force Nimmo in, and it's a 1-0 Mets lead. And Jordan Montgomery is having a meltdown here at Citi Field. 4 walks in the inning. That is now 19 balls and 29 pitches. And Travis d'Arnaud comes up, hitting 207 here with the bases loaded. And the Mets aren't even swinging right now. They're just watching Montgomery. And at least they've gotten a run. d'Arnaud cracks one left field. Coming in is Judge to make the catch. And I don't think he caught the right sign there. I think he should have let that go. And now the runner at third couldn't come home. And actually that was Stanton who made the catch. And up comes Wilmer Flores, well respected here in New York, hitting a solid .227 with an on-base percentage flirting with 300 with all those 6 home runs. And a lot of time at first base as Adrian Gonzalez's time here with New York has really started to dwindle. First pitch to Flores. Flores cracks one deep center field. Back goes Gardner to the wall. It's gone! A grand slam for Wilmer Flores, and the Mets lead it 5-0 in the first inning. Clutch hits like that are why the fans in Flushing love Wilmer, and Steven Matz has a big lead here as the Mets, who have struggled mightily, have now given him a 5-0 lead in the first inning. hanging curveball, and Flores makes Jordan Montgomery pay. And the Mets, who only notched 2 runs last night, have 5 in the first inning. Last time we did a game live, there was only, I think that was a 2-1 game between the Dodgers and Phillies. This one's already got 5 runs, and Steven Matz comes to bat in the first inning and swings one deep but fouls it off. What an inning for the Mets. Hadn't gotten a hit yet until Wilmer's blast, and the Mets have a weird line of 5 runs on 1 hit right now, which really couldn't be accomplished any other way. 0-1 to Matz. That's going to be low and in, 1-1 the count. As the Yankees have action in their bullpen, I believe it's Jonathan Holder. 1-1. Pitch is low, though down the middle, 2-1 the count. Already 34 pitches from Montgomery, which includes 21 balls, 4 walks, and 5 runs allowed, as Matz swings and fouls that one off 2-2. Steven Matz now has room, even if he struggles a little tonight. 2-2 to Matz. Matz clobbers one, but it's going to be up in the air, left field, coming in Stanton. He'll make the catch and end the inning, but not before the Mets put up a 5 spot on Jordan Montgomery. This is the big blow. A grand slam by Wilmer Flores to dead center, and the Mets, off of 4 walks and a grandy, lead it 5-0 here after 1 on WUB Network. Here's Aaron Judge, 19 home runs, second in the American League behind Evan Gattis of the Astros, who is blowing everyone away this season. And they'll need some homers and more. Steven Matz needed just 12 pitches, and he got a double play to get out of that first inning, as Judge cracks one to left, deep but foul. Matz hung the first pitch, and he's got to be careful there. We haven't had that many offensive showcases when we've done these live broadcasts. This is our 7th of the season. 0-1 off the plate on a sinker, 1-1. But this could surely turn out to be a big offensive output. 1-1. Judge dribbles that one foul, and it's 1-2. Matz the set, the wind, the 1-2 to Judge. Swing and a miss. He got him on a sinker. And Aaron Judge goes fishing and goes down swinging. First strikeout for Steven Matz, and there's 1 out here. There's d'Arnaud, who has struggled defensively behind the plate, which is why Kevin Plawecki has been getting a lot more time back there. But Plawecki just played yesterday, and they're letting d'Arnaud play tonight in the spotlight. As here's Giancarlo Stanton, 251 average, 11 bombs. You'd expect a little more from him, but just getting used to Yankee Stadium in the American League, I'd say he's doing pretty well. And he cracks one to third. Wild hop for Batista, but the veteran, oh no, that was... I wonder who they're going to call the error on there, if it's going to be on Wilmer or Batista. They're going to call it on Batista. I mean, that wasn't terrible. Wilmer stretches, but Wilmer misses it. I say that's more of an error on Flores, but Batista gets charged with the error after playing that on a wild hop. And for the second straight inning, the Yankees have a runner on first and 1 out. Gleyber Torres comes to bat, and a curveball dusts him off the plate a little, 1-0. Only 2 home runs for Torres, as you'd expect more. He also does have 6 stolen bases and a couple of triples. He's definitely hoping for more. 1-0 to Torres. Torres grounds one through the hole, a base hit into left. Nimmo grabs it quickly, and it's first and second now with 1 out. And I believe Brandon Drury coming to bat. Torres timed that perfectly and gets it to left. That one right down the heart of the plate on a changeup. Matz can't do that. Here's Brandon Drury, who's been back and forth between the majors and the minors this season. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Compared to some guys like Jace Peterson and Neil Walker, he has been pretty productive in that spot, hitting .242. Both of those guys struggling to get to the Mendoza line. 1-0. Breaking ball, low and in, 2-0 the count. And Steven Matz having some issues. 2-0 pitch. In there, strike one, sinker on the upper inner part of the plate, 2-1 the count. Here's the 2-1 to Drury. Swing and a miss, another nice sinker from Matz. That pitch is really working for him. It's 2-2. The changeup has not, the sinker has. 2-2, the pitch. High on the sinker that time. A little too much mustard, 3-2. There's Miguel Andujar, who has done nothing but produce since he came up from AAA. Stanton at second, Gleyber Torres at first. 1 out, 3-2. Is inside ball 4, and the Yankees have loaded the bases with 1 out for Miguel Andujar. And now Matz is going to have his own fair share of issues to deal with here. Both lefties struggling early on, and here's Andujar currently hitting .571 since he got called up. This is his 3rd start. He went 2 for 3 last night. First pitch from Matz. Andujar double play ball. Cabrera backhand to Rosario down to first. He got Andujar. Second double play of the game for the Mets. This one a 4-6-3 double play, and the Yankees are held scoreless and strand a runner. 5-0 headed to the bottom of the second on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Ahmed Rosario was the only Met not to bat, and he's pulling a Brett Gardner. 310 on the road, but only a .220 average at home here at Citi Field. He'd love to get things started with something nice here. Jordan Montgomery still in the game after his horrible 36-pitch first inning. And a good way to start this one off with a fastball right down the heart of the plate, 0-1 the count. Rosario, Nimmo, and Cespedes, the Mets due up here in the last of the second. Here's the 0-1 to Rosario. Rosario pops one up third base side. Drury has got room. He's got a beat on it, and he makes the catch for the first out. So let's take a quick look at the Yankees' defensive alignment. Sanchez, the catcher, infield left to right. Drury, Gregorius, Torres, and Andujar. And per the usual, Stanton, Gardner, Judge, the outfield. The only time they switch that up, sometimes they put Hicks out there and make Stanton the DH. Infield is a little more of a hodgepodge. The middle infield of Gregorius and Torres never changes, but first and third do. Nimmo drew that first of 4 walks back in the first inning, and the first pitch here from Montgomery is going to be low and away, ball 1. That curveball, which he had working in his last start when he struck out 10 over 5 innings. Just non-existent in this game. 1-0 to Nimmo. Nimmo cracks one hard, fouled on the first base side, 1-1 the count. You really wonder how long the Yankees are going to go with Montgomery today. As Nimmo cracks one right center field, this one's carrying towards the wall, caught by Gardner on the warning track. Nimmo almost had another home run. He's hit a lot of those recently, but Gardner brings it down at the warning track, and that's the second out. And another hanging curveball there. And that's still only have 1 hit in this game. Even though they've put up 5 runs. There's Cespedes, who struck out in the first inning. And the first pitch is a curveball that bounces off the right leg of Sanchez and careens it away 1-0. Montgomery with a wind, Sanchez with a sign. 1-0 to Cespedes. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Sorry for the little disconnection there. Anyway, it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs here to Yoenis Cespedes in the last of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Cespedes Fouled weakly back, and it remains a 2-2 count. Two and two to Cespedes. Is inside, and he's worked another count full with Jay Bruce on deck, and Montgomery is approaching 50 pitches through 2 innings. He's at 47. Trying for the 1-2-3 innings, Montgomery. Cespedes trying for a big hit. 3-2. Swung and a miss. It gets away from Sanchez. Cespedes busting it up the line. He's going to be out by 2 steps, and that'll end the inning. So after the horrible first inning, Montgomery almost surrenders a homer to Nimmo, but makes it through 1-2-3. We head to the 3rd inning. It's 5-0 New York here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Montgomery hitting .500 this season, 1 for 2 in his 2 plate appearances. As it'll be Montgomery, Gregorius, and Gardner facing Matz here in the 3rd inning. Matz made it through the first 2 innings with 26 pitches, as that first pitch is a changeup in there, strike 1. Matz trying to assert himself as that 3rd starter. You know, Seth Lugo, when he comes back, he'll probably be back in the rotation. And Zach Wheeler trying to iron things out down in AAA. And the Mets can only hope that things with him can get better, because it doesn't look like Matt Harvey is going to be with the Mets much longer. As anyway, Wheeler is now ahead 0-2 on Jordan Montgomery. Montgomery at 48 pitches through 2 innings. 0-2 to Montgomery. Swing and a miss. He got him on 3 pitches, 3 sinkers. As Matt's really working that pitch in. Montgomery's chuckling about having the opportunity to bat and not capitalizing. He drops to 1 for 3 on the year. Actually, no, 2 for 5 with a 400 mark. And here's Didi Gregorius. Gregorius rounded out his first time, and the first pitch is in there, strike 1. Indians just finished off the Tigers with a 13-2 victory. Carlos Carrasco got the victory. Michael Fulmer got blasted. He's a former Met prospect. Matt, so far, 5 pitches, 5 strikes here in this 3rd inning. 0-2 to Gregorius. Lifted to right. Bruce is going to have to play that off the hop. It's a single to right field for Didi Gregorius. And for the 3rd straight inning, a 1-out single for the Yankees. I thought Bruce was going to come up with that, but he was not going for the dive. And Gregorius pulls into first base, and he's got speed here with Brett Gardner coming to the plate. First pitch to Brett is going to be away, ball 1 on the sinker. He singled his first time. 1-0. Gardner pops one up. Playable. Running is Batista. He makes the nice catch right next to the Yankees dugout, and that's the 2nd out of this top of the 3rd inning. Here's the 3-hole. Gary Sanchez. He grounded into a double play in the 1st inning. Matz checks the runner at first. Darno the sign. First pitch to Sanchez. It's going to be a sinker in there on the inner part of the strike zone. 0-1 the count. Matz checks the runner again. 0-1 is high, ball 1. If I was in Matz's shoes, I think I'd focus more on Sanchez than the runner, because there are 2 away. And Matz has the good view on Gregorius anyway, being that he's a lefty. So Didi, who's not the fastest leadoff guy out there, would really need a lucky break to get a successful steal. 1-1 to Sanchez. Is going to be swung hard and fouled down the right side, and it's 1-2. Matz 1 strike away from a very solid 3rd inning. The meat of the Yankees order lurks on deck. 1-2 is going to be low, ball 2. Aaron Judge would be next, as the Phillies just finished off the Brewers 7-4. Adam Morgan getting the win. 2-2 to Sanchez. This is going to be driven center field. Caught by Cespedes relatively deep, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 5-0 Mets here in the Subway Series on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Jay Bruce walked and scored his last time. The on-base percentage still at .288, but that average still at .199. He'd love to get a hit here and get it over into the 200s. Montgomery's 49th pitch opens up the third inning, and it's going to be, no balls and a strike after that one's fouled off. 14 home runs for Bruce. Leads the team. Michael Conforto had 12 before he got hurt, as Bruce chops at one inside, and it's 0-2. Jay Bruce will be followed by Jose Bautista and Asdrubal Cabrera, 3, 4, and 5. 0-2 to Bruce. Oh, that gets in. It drills Jay Bruce. Bruce is not happy as that one came flying in at him. Fastball got him on the elbow. And Bruce eats some dirt there. Jordan Montgomery doesn't want to be a part of anything. As up comes Jose Bautista. As Mr. Met is currently energizing the Mets crowd. Bautista said something to Sanchez. I don't know exactly what that was about. Probably involves the Bruce hit, and the first pitch is low and in, ball 1. So Bruce has reached in both at bats without getting a base hit. So it's 1-0 to Jose Bautista. Montgomery's 1-0 to Joey Bats. That one is popped up. Gleyber Torres, calling off Gregorius and Judge, makes the catch, and that's the first out here of the last of the third. Here is Asdrubal Cabrera. He walked to drive in a run and scored on the Flores grand slam. He was that fourth walk of the inning that forced home Brandon Nimmo. Montgomery definitely has better control than that first inning. Ever since he surrendered the home run to Flores, he's looked a lot better. As the pitch is in there, strike 1. Mets still only have 1 hit in this game, compared to the Yankees 3, but they do lead this one 5-0. No balls and a strike. The pitch to Cabrera is going to be low and away, 1-1 the count. After Cabrera, it'll be Travis d'Arnaud standing on deck for New York. 1-1 to Asdrubal. That one's going to bounce off the padding of Sanchez, but Bruce has literally no speed and was not going anywhere there. It's 2-1. Yankees bullpen is inactive at the moment. 2-1. Cabrera grounds a double play ball. Third base Drury, but it pulls Torres off the bag, and everyone's safe. Drury tries to make the running throw, but ends up leading Torres a little too far off the bag. And now 2 are on with 1 out, and Travis d'Arnaud comes to the plate. First pitch to Travis d'Arnaud is high and in, 1-0 on the two-seam fastball. And up comes Yankees long reliever Adam Warren, coming from the system all the way back to Staten Island and Single A back in 2008. 1 ball, no strikes. d'Arnaud was first pitch swinging and flew out to left in the first inning. 1-0. d'Arnaud crushes one, left field, but it's going to be foul. If he had timed that one better, this would have been an 8-0 game. One. Swing and a miss on the changeup. It's now 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Travis d'Arnaud stands in the on-deck circle. 1-2. d'Arnaud grounds one through the hole, a base hit down to right field. Bruce being waved around. Judge's throw is not going to be in time. Over to third goes Cabrera. It's an RBI single for Travis d'Arnaud, and the Mets now lead it 6-0. Andujar was playing a little too far off the line and just couldn't react in time. Cabrera kind of obstructed his vision. That was quite the throw from Judge, though. And now runners on the corners with one out, and up comes Wilmer Flores, who hit the blast in the first inning to put the Mets up 5. And the first pitch in there, strike 1. Flores hadn't homered since a game in Milwaukee, where he homered twice, but the Mets ended up coughing up that game, coughing up a 4-0 lead in the 9th inning, when Robert Gsellman gave up a walk-off grand slam to Travis Shaw, as that curveball misses low and in, 1-1. And 63 pitches now for Jordan Montgomery, who was really close to hitting the end of the line here in Flushing. 1-1 to Wilmer. That's going to be in there on the curveball, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Wilmer. The pitch, off the plate, 2-2. Steven Matz stands on deck. Montgomery approaching 20 pitches here in the 3rd inning. 2-2 to Flores. Got him swinging, but it's going to go back. Flores not running. Coming home and safe is Cabrera. Advancing to second on that play was d'Arnaud. A wild pitch again from Montgomery. He was lucky Flores swung, but he still does the job and gets a run home, and it's now 7-0 New York. And who knows, we might see the Yankees send in a position player to pitch at some point. Pitch to Matz. Matz cracks one. Oh, this could be interesting. No, the outfielders hold back. Torres makes the catch. But a hit and 2 runs score. The Mets now have 7 runs on 2 hits. And it's 7-0 New York, headed to the 4th inning on WUB Network, America's sports leader. These Mets fans are loving it, with a big lead here in Subway Series Game 2. Big Aaron Judge coming up. 19 home runs to 274 average. Just needs to get those RBIs up because he's only got 31 ribbies. 27 off home runs. Judge cracks one foul. 13 of Judge's 19 solo home runs have been solo shots, by the way. He's been struggling with guys on, but with guys not on, he has been red hot. 0-1 is a curveball, low ball 1. If there was a statistic to show that, with guys not in runners in scoring position, he would be at the top of that list. As Judge, though, is just going to pop that one up. Very, very high pop-up. Wilmer Flores makes the catch about halfway between first and second, and that's going to be the first out. So you look at the Mets. Jose Lobatone's been hot in Las Vegas. Harper Figueroa has been hot for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Both of those teams above 500. That's what you like to see. And you know, the Mets looking like they'll be sellers at the trade deadline. It'll be interesting to see what they do and how those guys can benefit this team and who could be for real down there. There's Giancarlo Stanton. Nats has only fired off 42 from the mound with 1 out in the 4th. And the first pitch is a fastball in there, ball 1. Stanton didn't seem to appreciate that inside pitch, but maybe that was the little slight retribution for Jay Bruce going down in the last inning. 1-0 to Stanton. Another inside pitch, another fastball, and it's 2-0. The Bronx Bombers continue with Gleyber Torres on deck. 2-0 to Stanton. That's going to be low and in. 3-0 the count now. There's Gleyber on deck. We'll see if Stanton gets the green light. 3-0. d'Arnaud the sign. That's the wind. The pitch is going to be inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Giancarlo Stanton, who's on base for the 2nd time. And for the 4th consecutive inning, Yankees get themselves a 1-out base runner. And here comes Gleyber Torres. Hasn't been easy for Matz, but in a game like this, it's nice to see him pitching well right now. As here's Torres, who lined a single up the middle his last time. First pitch is going to be low and in, ball 1. And Matz has now thrown 5 consecutive pitches out of the zone. 1-0 to Torres. That one's in there on a fastball, 1-1 the count. Matz checks Stanton. Stanton ain't going anywhere. 1-1. This is roped down the left field line. That's a fair ball all the way into the corner. Nimmo plays it off a hop. Stanton is going to hold at third. They're gunning home, and there's no way Stanton was going to try to score. But Torres with a double, and now the Yankees have 2 in scoring position with 1 out, and Brandon Drury coming to the plate. Torres with 2 hits. He started to get into the groove over the last few games. He had dropped to 170. Now he's up to about 195. First pitch inside and almost hits Drury. 1-0 the count. Now Drury barking back at Steven Matz. Drury drew a walk his first time. Giants just finished off a 2-1 victory over Washington. Joe Panik had the go-ahead homer after a scoreless outing from Roark. That one's going to be fouled off. It's 1-1, and now Matt's pitch count starts to escalate for the first time, up over 50 pitches here in the 4th inning. 1-1. This one dribbled third base side. What a play by Batista. Oh, but it pulls Flores off the bag. What a throw by Batista. But they're going to call a second error on Joey Bats at third base today. And now 2 on and a run home in the inning for Miguel Andujar. And the Yankees are on the board at 7-1 off the error. So the Yankees have a run on 4 hits. The Mets have 7 runs on just 2 hits. And Andujar blasts one foul down the first base line, 0-1. He almost beat the shift right there. And Andujar grounded into a double play his last time. Will that happen again? Flores to second for 1, down to first. Got him! What a sidearm throw by Cabrera to get him. And Matz is out of the inning with just 1 run scoring. Another great defensive play there by the Mets. It's 7-1 New York as we head to the bottom of the 4th on WUB Network. Ahmed Rosario popped out in the 2nd inning. He'll lead off here for New York. It'll be Rosario, Nimmo, and Yoenis Cespedes, 9-1-2 in the Met order, coming up to face Montgomery, who stays in the game, 67 pitches deep through 3 innings. And that first pitch is pretty much an omen to what has happened today. A changeup well off the plate, 1-0. 1-0 to Rosario. Checks it, but then he watches the curveball through, 1-1. Pitch number 70 for Jordan Montgomery. Rosario dribbles that one foul, and then it'll bounce off the screen, 1-2. 1-2 to Ahmed Rosario. Another bouncer, and that's going to be fouled back. 1-2. Ahmed Rosario fighting hard. 1-2 from Montgomery. Rosario drives one left field. Going back is Stanton to the wall. Say goodbye to that ball. Ahmed Rosario with only his 2nd home run of the season. A line drive shot to left. And the Mets are doing everything right on the offensive side in this one. It's 8-1 New York. Only his 2nd home run of the season. Ahmed Rosario goes deep. Mets only have 3 hits in this game. A homer, a grand slam by Flores, a weird lazy single by d'Arnaud, and now a line drive home run by Ahmed Rosario. 8 runs on 3 hits. And Jordan Montgomery is struggling mightily. And out comes Aaron Boone, and that's going to be it. And Montgomery is mad as he heads back. What a horrible outing for Jordan Montgomery in this one. As I believe Adam Warren will be the first out of the pen for the Yanks. He's been solid, 1-0 with an ERA right around 4. Both sides of the plate hitting no better than .250 against him. So he'll hope to get things under control. 3rd time through the order. So first let's look at where Steven Matz is at so far today. Matz, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, a run, and 2 strikeouts. Pretty solid outing for him. And the day ends for Montgomery going 3+, with only surrendering 3 hits, but 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a couple of wild pitches. Still only allowed 3 hits, though. First pitch to Nimmo is going to be a ridiculously high fastball, 1-0 the count. Nimmo's 0 for 1. He walked and scored back in the first inning. It all started because of the 4 walks in the first. Cabrera forced in a run, and then Flores hit the grand slam to make it a 5-0 game. 1-0, Nimmo swings and misses at the fastball, and now it's 1-1. Dodgers and Braves underway. No score in Chavez Ravine right now. Fulton Nevich just retired the Dodgers 1-2-3. 1-1 to Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo cracks one to second base, but Torres in the perfect spot throws to first and got him, and that's the first out here of the bottom of the 4th inning. There's Jordan Montgomery. Clearly not happy, and that's not the line you'd want. As here's Yoenis Cespedes, who's the only Met who hasn't gotten on base yet. Well, him and Max. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Adam Warren. The first pitch is going to be in there, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Now, it'll be funny if the Yankees maybe turn to a position player at some point in this game. Definitely not what they would have expected here against their crosstown rivals, who have struggled so badly and currently have the worst record in the National League. As that curveball breaks well off the plate, it's 1-1. 1-1 to Cespedes. He's going to take that changeup well down, 2-1. Cespedes has forced it full count both times he's come to the plate so far in this game. 2-1 to Cespedes. That one's going to miss low on a fastball, make it 3-1 as Jay Bruce stands on deck. He's been on base twice without a hit. The top 5 in the Met order have gotten on base 7 times without a hit now, which is just insane, as Cespedes draws the 1-out walk from Warren, and Jay Bruce will come up. He's been hit by a pitch, walked, and scored both times he's entered the base paths. He'll hope maybe to get home run number 15 here. He'd sure love that. First pitch here to Bruce. That's a wild pitch. Sanchez is going to fire to second. Cespedes is out. Nice throw by Sanchez to recover as he blocked that one. Really good with the chest protection and to get Cespedes, who doesn't have the wheels he did when he came up in 2012. 1-0 to Bruce. Bruce cracks one right center field. Playable, though. And a catch about 10 feet in front of the warning track for Gardner. That'll end the inning. But Jordan Montgomery out of the game after surrendering a line drive homer to Ahmed Rosario. It's a party in Flushing. 8-1, the Mets lead. We'll be back on WUB Network. Aaron Hicks is going to hit for Adam Warren, so the Yankees are going to go to a second bullpen pitcher already. 4 innings into this one. We'll hand the play-by-play over to Matt Vasgersian, Dan Plesac, and DeRosa for a couple minutes. We'll be back.
Into the at-bat. There's a strike. Hicks gets his lead at first, nobody out. He got a half swing here, but this is in there for a full strike too. Gardner now. Looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. A hit and 2 tries. tops, ball one. And a possible double play ball here for Cabrera. Laying in to second for one, but they won't get two as he beats the relay to first. Ready once again, Gary Sanchez. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line-out. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Breaking ball in for strike.
Well, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate. For him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
Here comes the 0-1. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2. 1-2 to the Yankees catcher. One run, 5 hits, and 1 error on the Yankee line score so far. Throws it on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. Yanks lead 1. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Chad Green gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Jose Bautista. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat. Infield in the overshift here now, the pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Wind up and the 0-1. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. One well above the zone for a ball. The 1-2. Here's a swing down by Bautista. This is on the ground to short. And that's the first down. Digging in to try it again, a dribble Cabrera. He reached out an error and later scored his last time up. Now here's the pitch. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. And he makes the throw to first. Cabrera is retired, 2 down now. Stepping up now, Travis Darno. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. First delivery to him on the way. What a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1.
Wow, not sure what that was, but talking about having your mind made up, you're going to swing before the pitcher even throws a pitch. I don't know how you swing at that pitch.
Nobody on. 2-2 to the Mets catcher. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2 in that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And that misses ball 4, and now the Mets have themselves a 2-out base runner.
It's crazy to look at this walk. If you're the hitting coach, you say, that's a great AB. Down 0-2 and you work the walk, but if you're a pitcher like me, that's just a case of letting a guy off the hook, and that can really frustrate you.
Standing in, Wilmer Flores. He's in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Leads the slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. I'm calling 2 strikes now. Ball 2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Gardner is there. And that
Wilmer Flores flies out. We'll head to the 6th inning. It's still 8-1. Mets lead the Yankees here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Part of the order coming up for the Yanks. It starts off with Aaron Judge, 19 home runs in the season, but a strikeout and a pop-out so far on today's line for Judge. He'll be followed by Giancarlo Stanton and Gleyber Torres here in the 6th inning. Matz has been great so far, 66 pitches through 5 innings, allowing just the 1 run to score, and that's unearned thanks to the Jose Bautista error, as the first pitch is high and away, 1-0 the count. Mets have 3 starters who haven't even notched a victory this season in Vargas, Lugo, and Callahan, who have all made at least 4 starts and have not gotten in the win column. Matz just has 1 win to his name, and that was in the pen. Judge dribbles one third base, Bautista trying not to have a third error, and that's a nice throw to Flores to get the first out here of the top of the 6th inning. Here's Giancarlo Stanton, over 1 with a walk and a run scored. Matz with the windup. The first pitch to Giancarlo Stanton is going to be in there, strike 1. Matz looks in for the sign from Darno. The 0-1 pitch to Stanton. Swinging and the bat goes flying into the stands, 0-2. Oh my goodness. Let's see, where did that bat land? Let's just watch this to see where does this bat go. Okay, that is very fortunate where that bat landed, that it didn't get near any of the fans. So that is a very good sign. Ahmed Rosario, as you saw on here on WUB, had an incident like that went into the stands, and thankfully everybody was okay. As Stanton pops one up, long run Bruce, but he's going to just watch that one go into the seats, 0-2. The 0-2 to Giancarlo Stanton is going to be off the plate on a sinker, 1-2 the count. The 1-2 from Matz to Giancarlo Stanton is going to bounce to the plate on a sinker, and the count is even 2-2. Gleyber Torres, already with 2 legs of the cycle, stands on deck. 2-2 from Giancarlo Stanton. This one is going to be driven right field. Jay Bruce going back to the wall, and that is gone. Say goodbye to that ball. Giancarlo Stanton with his 12th home run of the season, and the Yankees, via the long ball, take an 8-2 lead. Yankees with their 6th hit of the game, and they now lead it 8-2 here. Another line drive home run, but this one carried a little more than Rosario's. 3rd ball to leave the yard today, joining Wilmer and Ahmed Rosario of the Mets, as Giancarlo Stanton with his 12th home run. He always seems to hit deep balls here at Citi Field, and this one was no different, and it's 8-2. As Matz gives up his first long ball, and Robert Gazelman begins to warm in the Met bullpen. Here's Gleyber Torres, who singled and doubled, as the first pitch misses low, ball 1. Torres' average has gone up to 197 in the process. The 1-0 Gleyber Torres is going to miss low, 2-0 the count on the curveball. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Torres, that's going to miss low on the curveball. It's 3-0, and Matt's really starting to hit a wall here at 78 pitches. The 3-0 to Torres is in there. Strike 1 on the changeup, 3-1 the count. (3-1) is going to be low, ball 4, and Torres is on base for the 3rd time. He draws a walk. And we'll see if Mickey Callaway is ready to make the move with Steven Matz. Nope. Matz is staying in. Up comes Brandon Drury. He's 0 for 1, and he's walked as well. A lot of walks in this game. He checks on Torres. Torres does steal bases. First pitch is going to be a little off on the sinker, 1-0. The 1-0 to Brandon Drury is a nice curveball in there on the upper outer part of the zone, 1-1 the count. The 1-1 to Drury. This one is going to be laced right side, foul into the seats. It's 1-2. Matt's pitch count up to 83. Darno the sign, the 1-2 pitch. Drury blasts one into the corner. That's a fair ball, and it's going to go all the way to the 330 sign. Thinking 2 is Drury. Thinking about home is Torres, but he'll stay at 3rd, even though the throw pulls Darno off the plate. As Drury squeaks a double down the right field line, and now 2 in scoring position with 1 out. And a home run, a 4-pitch walk, and a double for the Yankees in the last 3 batters, and Steven Matz might be hitting his climax, as here's Miguel Andujar. First pitch to Andujar is an inner fastball, only 89 miles an hour there, 1-0 the count. Andujar's grounded out twice, once into a double play. The 1-0 pitch to Andujar is in there on the outer part of the zone, a sinker, 1-1 the count. After Andujar, it'll be the pitcher's spot, which will be an interesting decision for the Yanks. As he swings and misses at a changeup, 1-2 the count. 1-2. Oh, and that pitch gets away, and it's going to be blocked by Darno. Bad pitch there by Matz, and he's just trying to make it salvage this 6th inning and get through 6 innings unscathed. 2-2 is going to be low, 3-2. So the pitcher spot, which would be Chad Green, who just pitched the bottom of the 5th for the Yankees, is due up next. 3-2 to Andujar. This one is cracked. First base caught by Flores on the run, and that's the second out here of the top of the 6th inning. So another pitcher is on the way for the Yankees as Tyler Austin will pinch hit for Chad Green. Austin has played well at first base this season, splitting the time with Greg Bird and now Andujar. First pitch to Austin, swing and a miss, strike one. Matt's now up to 91 pitches, so you imagine someone who's been in the bullpen a lot this season. This is pretty much maybe the last battle we'll see him face. That one's in there, strike two. No balls and 2 strikes. Matt's 1 strike away from 6 solid innings against these Yanks. 0-2. Austin flies one. Shallow center. Rosario comes out deep into center and makes the catch, and that ends the inning. Giancarlo goes deep, but the Yankees strand a pair. Bottom of the 6th coming up. The Mets still lead it. It's New York Mets 8, New York Yankees 2. We'll be back on WUB Network. Bottom 6, Jonathan Holder, who got up in the first inning, now is going to finally come in. 3.72 ERA, an 0-1 record. 17 games pitched. TJ Rivera is going to be the pinch hitter, as he'll pinch hit for Steven Matz. As it'll be Rivera, Rosario, and Nimmo due up here. Matz finishes 6 innings, just 1 earned run. As Rivera takes the first pitch, a curveball inside, ball 1. This game all started with the 5 runs in the first inning for the Mets, including the grand slam from Flores. As that one's going to be low and in, back-to-back curveballs out of the zone, and it's 2-0. Jonathan Holder's 2-0 to Rivera is going to be inside 3-0, and Ahmed Rosario, who hit that line drive home run to get Montgomery out of the game in the 4th, stands on deck. 3-0 to TJ Rivera. That's going to be high and inside, ball 4, and Holder walks him in 4 pitches. And Aaron Boone's not happy with the pitching from the Yankees in this one. And here's Ahmed Rosario. Rosario hit that line drive home run to left back in the 4th inning to get Montgomery out of the game. Holder, his first pitch to Ahmed is going to be low and away, ball 1. Now Steven Couture begins to warm up. And then that leaves David Robertson, Betances, and Chapman. And I don't think the Yankees are going to blow any of them in this one. 1-0. Rosario pops one up. Shallow right center. Coming out Torres. He'll wave off both outfielders and make the catch for the first out here of the bottom of the 6th inning. Brandon Nimmo's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Holder's first pitch to Nimmo. Strike 1. Nimmo looking for his first hit of the game. You can always count on him for a base knock, but he hasn't gotten one just yet. 0-1 to Nimmo. It's going to be low and inside, 1-1 on the curveball that Holder is not spotting well whatsoever. 1-1 to Brandon Nimmo. Cracked left field. That is going to fall for a base hit. And his first hit of the game, pulling into second, is Rivera. And the Mets have 2 on with 1 out. And Yoenis Cespedes coming up. Only the 4th hit of the game for New York. It's a single by Brandon Nimmo. And here's Cespedes. 2 strikeouts and a walk in this one so far for Yo. First pitch is inside, ball 1 and a 4-seamer. Dodgers have taken a 2-0 lead. Corey Seager just homered. 1-0. And that's going to be a curveball that misses. 2-0 the count. Cespedes has seen now 12 balls in this game. At least 3 balls, and all of his plate appearances. This is a double play ball. Gregorius takes it to second himself, down to first, double play. That ends the inning. Nice 6 unassisted, 3 double play. We head to the 7th, 8-2. Mets still remain on. So Didi Gregorius with a single there, and Gazelman has served up a base knock to the first man he's faced, and up comes Brett Gardner. That pitch is going to miss low, ball 1. Gardner 1 for 3 so far, as the Yankees take their 4th time through the order after Steven Matz pitched 6 very solid innings, something the Mets definitely needed. And an offensive outburst. Definitely both of those struggling as of late. Gazelman behind 2-0 on Brett Gardner. Fastball right down the middle. Gardner takes it all the way, 2-1. 2-1 to Gardner. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on the changeup. Murderer's Row is on deck. Sanchez, Judge, Stanton. 2 and Gardner, left center, long run. Cespedes, he comes in and gets the catch. Back to first, quickly goes Gregorius, and that's the first out of the top. And here is Gary Sanchez, 0 for 3, struck out his last time up, which was the 5th inning, dropping his average down to 242. Gazelman looks in for the sign from d'Arnaud. First pitch is going to be a fastball that misses low, ball 1, as Gregorius goes back to first. Let's watch. Does he get a decent lead? Seems to be staying on the bag right now. Yankees might put him in motion to try to get something going, though. 1-0. Sanchez fouls that one back, 1-1. One and 1 to Sanchez. Gary rips that one into the seats, and it's a 1-2 count.
He wasn't fooling anybody with that fastball. He barreled it up nice right there. He's just got to find a way to keep it there.
1-2 to Sanchez. Ground ball. Batista's going to try to throw, and not in time. Sanchez beats it out on the little swinging bunt there. No way Batista could get to that. That ball took a weird hop. Somehow didn't go anywhere near the foul line. And now there's 2 on and 1 out for Aaron Judge. First pitch to the Judge is going to be in there, a high fastball, 0-1. On-base percentage still sits at .357, top 10 in the American League. 0-1 to Judge. That's going to miss low and inside on a 2-seamer, 1-1. So Gregorius at second, Sanchez at first, 1 out here in the top of the 7th, with the Mets having an 8-2 advantage over the Yankees. Judge fooled on the fastball, 1-2 the count. He was waiting for that curveball and then had to rush a swing, and no way he was contacting. Nice heat there from Robbie G. Gazelman checks Gregorius, the 1-2 to Judge. Grounded, third base side. That's going to be a fair ball that caroms off the sidewall. Coming home and scoring is Gregorius. It's an RBI single for Aaron Judge, and the Yankees make it an 8-3 game. And Robert Gazelman does not have his best stuff at the moment, as Aaron Judge gets his 32nd RBI as he drills one down the left field line. If that one had not caught that wall, that would have been an easy double. I'd say if it didn't catch the tarp, as A.J. Ramos begins to warm in that bullpen, as Giancarlo Stanton, who homered last time up, steps into the batter's box and takes the first pitch, a strike, 0-1. 1 for 2. Hit that blast last inning off Steven Matz. Gesellman, 0-1 to Stanton, is outside, ball 1. Top of the 7th inning, 2 on, 1 out. Yankees trailing by 5. 1-1 to Stanton. This one is dribbled foul, 1-2. Gesellman checks on Gregorius. 1-2 to Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton gets into one to center field, but it's going to hang up there. Cespedes with a beat on it. Calls for it, makes the catch. Back to second goes, not Gregorius. Back to second goes Sanchez. Back to first goes Judge. And that's the second out here of the top of the 7th inning. And Gleyber Torres, who has reached all 3 times, a single, a double, and a walk for Gleyber. He'll come up here in a big spot, facing Robert Gesellman with 2 outs and 2 on. Not really any speed at second base. Gesellman checks the runner anyway, as the first pitch is a heater down the middle, strike 1. Looking like it might turn to Ramos in the 8th, and who knows, maybe even Familia in the 9th, as A.J. Ramos warms. 0-1. That pitch breaks out of the hands of Gesellman, 1-1. Remember, Swarzak was also warming, so it'll be interesting if the Mets give him some work. And don't forget about John Ouellet, who just got called up, as this one's going to be flown foul by Torres, and it's 1-2. Gleyber has not been retired yet by this Mets staff today. Darno the sign, the 1-2 pitch from Gesellman. Torres fouls that one off to the left side, and it remains a 1-2 count, and the at-bat continues. One and 2 to Torres. Check swing. He did not go around. 2-2. And the at-bat continues. Pitch number 6 from Gesellman to Torres. He's in there. Strike 3 and a nasty slider that catches Torres sleeping, and that'll retire the side. A run scores, 2 left, and the Yankees trail the Mets 8-3 as we hit the 7th inning stretch here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Jay Bruce is going to bat. Jonathan Holder stays in the game for his 2nd inning of relief. Warren and Chad Green each got an inning. 3 innings from Jordan Montgomery. Holder is a cutter in there, 1-1 the count. Mariners just finished off a shutout of the Rays from Hisashi Iwakuma to win it 4-0. As that pitch is going to be outside, 2-1. The 2-1 to Jay Bruce is going to miss as well on a fastball outside, 3-1, as Jose Bautista waits patiently. Mets still only 4 hits in the game, yet they've been able to notch the 8 runs. 3-1 is outside, ball 4, and Jay Bruce draws a leadoff walk, and he'll be on base for the 3rd time without a hit. Jay Bruce letting that OBP rise as his hitless streak continues. And here's Bautista, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Holder's first offering to Bautista is high and in on a cutter, 1-0. Aaron Boone just looks very frustrated after the Yankees had the strong offensive performance where they bombarded Jason Vargas in Game 1. This is the complete opposite here in Game 2 of the series, as a swing and a miss by Bautista, and now it's an even count, 1-1. Bautista only 1 home run so far in almost a month in his return to the majors. 1-1 to Bautista. Check swing, and it's going to be no. He did not go around, 2-1. Bruce at first, nobody out here in the last of the 7th with the Mets leading 8-3. 2-1 to Bautista, that's going to miss low and in, 3-1 the count. Asdrubal Cabrera's on deck, as this is starting to look like that first inning all over again for New York. 3-1 to Bautista. Bautista clobbers one. Deep left field. Say goodbye to that ball. A 2-run missile from Jose Bautista. His second home run in pinstripes for the Mets. And the New York Mets lead 10-3. What a shot by Jose Bautista. Mets with their third bomb of the game on 5 hits in the entire game. And Jonathan Holder pays the price. And the New York Mets lead 10-3. Let's see where this one went. This was a high homer into the third deck. What a shot by Jose Bautista. As up comes Asdrubal Cabrera, he'll take the first pitch up and away, ball 1. Any doubt the Mets fans had about this game has pretty much been pushed to the side as the Mets are back out in front by 7 as that fastball is inside 2-0. And Holder is really struggling out there for the Yanks. Cabrera leaps one down the left field line, foul, 2-1. A walk and a blast for the Mets in this inning as Cabrera laid on another fastball, and it's 2-2. Travis d'Arnaud's on deck. 2-2 to Cabrera. Cabrera rocks one right field. Going back is Judge, and he'll make the over-the-shoulder catch at the warning track for the first out here of the bottom of the 7th inning. And here is Travis d'Arnaud, 1 for 2 with that RBI single. One of the Mets' 2 singles all game, even though they put up double-digit runs. d'Arnaud cracks one to right field. Judge on the run again. He makes a second over-the-shoulder catch in 2 pitches. And quickly, d'Arnaud is retired, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Wilmer Flores still with the biggest blow of the game. His grand slam to dead center in the 1st inning. First pitch to Wilmer is in there on a fastball 0-1. So the Yankees have gone from Montgomery to Warren to Green to Holder. The Mets have just had to use Matz and Gazelman as the fastballs in there 0-2. Gary Sanchez, the sign, the wind, the pitch from Holder. Flores swings and misses. Sanchez secures it, throws to first, got him, and that ends the inning. But the Mets get 2 more off this monster shot from Jose Bautista into the 3rd deck here in Flushing. The Mets now lead it 10-3 here as we head to the 8th inning here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Brandon Drury's going to come up here for the Yanks. Bottom of the order due up. Drury, Andujar, and the pitcher spot. Gazelman remains in after his 25-pitch 7th inning, which resulted in 1 run scoring. First pitch, a fastball off the plate, ball 1. Ramos has sat down. It's now Sewald and Swarzak who warm for the Mets, who just need 6 outs to even up the series at 1-1. Another fastball that misses from Gazelman, and now it's 2-0. The 2-0 to Drury is going to miss low, and 3 straight 2-seamers that miss low and away, and now it's 3-0 to Drury with Miguel Andujar standing on deck. The 3-0 from Robert Gazelman is in there on a fastball, strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch is in there, strike 2 on the changeup, 3-2 now. Gazelman, after going behind 3-0, has evened it up down to a full count. The windup, the 3-2 to Drury. That's going to be fouled off a little late there, and it remains a 3-2 count. Three and 2 to Drury. This one is blasted first base side, caught by Flores, and that's the first out here of the 8th inning. Nice catch there by Wilmer Flores. And up comes Miguel Andujar now for the Yanks. Andujar hitless after a couple very solid games. He's made a defensive miscue as well in this one, as the first pitch, a 4-seamer right down the middle at 94. That's about the most velocity you'll get from Robbie G, and it's 0-1. Darno, who's played a good game on both sides. The catcher calls for it, and it's a slider well high and off, 1-1. The 1-1 to Miguel Andujar is going to be driven right field. Playable for Bruce, and he'll make the catch, and there's 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Yankees have as many hits as the Mets have runs, but hasn't come up for much. And here's the veteran Jacoby Ellsbury, who just doesn't get that much time on this Yankees team to play. And he plays well when he gets the opportunity. Ellsbury with a .236 average, but an on-base percentage close to 400, as that one's 0-1. 2 homers, 4 ribbies, and he's also stolen 5 bags. Gazelman the Wine, the 0-1 offering. Check swing, he did not go around, 1-1. Gazelman approaching 40 pitches. The Dodgers now lead the Braves 7-0. Fultonevich has been chased out of that game. Kenta Maeda is dominating. Corey Seager has 2 for 3 with a home run. Ronnie Keller also has a home run for the Dodgers. Padres just beat the Marlins 3-2. As this one's a grounder to third, Batista fields it, throws to first, and got him, and that'll end the inning. Gazelman retires him 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Mets still on top, 10-3 here in Flushing on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Steven Couture is going to make his second appearance. He had a 2-inning outing a few days ago where he struck out 1, did not allow a run. Jose Reyes is going to be the pinch hitter for Gazelman. So it'll be Reyes, Rosario, and Nimmo due up for New York. Couture's got an interesting set and an even more interesting pitching repertoire, as that's his 12-6 curveball in there, strike 1. Now you really got to watch the way he stands. He looks like a 1940s pitcher. And everything's in one motion, the way it looks, that looks very ancient. And that 12-6 curveball is nasty because it's got a lot of late drop. It looks like a heater, almost, as people say, 3/4 of the way to the plate, and then it just takes this ridiculous dip. And that's his fastball. Reyes was completely overmatched. That's the first strikeout. So very interesting with the Yankees. Not only do they have Chapman and Betances, they've got this man. And Chapman hasn't been everything that they can brag about. And Betances has really enjoyed his 8th inning role. So who knows? Maybe this guy could have an opportunity in the back end at some point and not pitching in a 10-3 game. As that slider's in there, strike 1 to Rosario, who had his line drive home run to left. Both Rosario and Batista have blasted their second homers of the season in this one. The 0-1 offering to Ahmed Rosario is going to miss in the curveball. First ball from Couture as David Robertson warms in the Yankee bullpen just in case they need him. So they're going to get through this without having to use a position player. 1-1 is check swing, fastball at 97. And that's the other thing. He's got heat. He can throw as hard as 98, even 99 sometimes. 2-1 is a slider in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Ahmed Rosario with the top of the order looming. Sanchez the sign. Couture with the wine, the 2-2. Rosario cracks one to short. It's going to be caught by Gregorius on the move, and that's the second out, and Couture has retired the 2 batters he's faced as Brandon Nimmo will come up. Nimmo has one of the Mets' 5 hits, a single. So the Mets have 2 singles from Nimmo and Darno and 3 home runs from Batista, Flores, and Rosario. Yet they've somehow gotten 10 runs in this game. 10 runs on 5 hits. You don't see that often. As Nimmo foul tips the first pitch into the glove of Gary Sanchez, 0-1 in the count. Couture agrees with Sanchez's sign. Here's the 0-1 to Nimmo. That fastball gets away from him. That's the one issue Couture has. His fastball sometimes can be a little wild, even though he's got the velocity. 1-1 to Nimmo. That pitch is going to miss outside, and now it's 2-1. Here is the 2-1 to Brandon Nimmo. He cracks one left side, foul off the tarp, 2-2. Couture 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 eighth. 2-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Steven Couture with another nice outing. He gets Reyes, Rosario, and Nimmo down back to back to back. We head to the ninth. The Mets 3 outs from victory. They lead it 10-3 here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Jerry Blevins has had a rough season, 0-4, a 6.08 ERA. He blew opening day. Not been a great season for Blevins, but he's going to come in to finish things off. And he'll start with Didi Gregorius. He'll face a pair of lefties in Gregorius and Gardner. Still great against the lefties, but when they have him pitch against the righties, bad things happen. The veteran Jerry Blevins in his 4th season with New York. First pitch is a sinker inside, ball 1. Only other game going on right now, Dodgers-Braves and Rockies-Diamondbacks, which the Diamondbacks were leading 3-0 at last check. As that sinker is going to be low, 2-0 the count. The Mets, the story of this game was the early action, drawing the 4 walks in the first 5 batters against Jordan Montgomery, who just didn't have it in this game. And then Flores' grand slam, as Rosario Batista almost misplays that on a pop-up, and has to run backwards to get it. But they do get the first out, and up will come Brett Gardner. Batista almost had his 3rd error of the game, and the Mets are realizing why they need Todd Frazier back soon. First pitch to Gardner is a sinker in there, strike 1, 0-1 the count. Mets 5 strikes, 2 outs, away from a victory. 0-1. That's going to miss low. 1-1 the count on the sinker. Mets got all those runs early. Were able to get 8 runs off Jordan Montgomery in 3+ innings. As Gardner swings and misses at a nasty curve, 1-2. Well, the Yankees are losing 10-3 here after Montgomery surrendered 8 runs over 3+ innings, and Steven Matz was brilliant through 6, and aside from a Stanton home run, really went unscathed. So that one's fouled off 1-2. Mets only 5 hits in the game, but they've drawn 7 walks, and that's been a big contributor. Each team's got some errors as well. 1-2 from Blevins to Gardner. That's going to be blocked by d'Arnaud, 2-2. Jerry Blevins with the 2-2 offering to Brett Gardner. That's going to be inside on the sinker, and the count is full. Gary Sanchez stands on deck. Astros just beat the Rangers 3-0. Justin Verlander went 1 out shy of a complete game, 8 2/3 with 11 strikeouts, as Blevins throws one inside, ball 4. And up comes Gary Sanchez now with a runner on. So Blevins retires his first man and can't get the second. As Gary Sanchez comes up, 1 for 4. He had a weird infield single earlier in the game. Another badly played ball by Batista, 1-0. That's the only dark side of this game for New York, and that's that Jose Batista had a horrible game at third base. But he did make up for it with a nice 2-run home run into the third deck, as that breaking ball gets in there 1-1. Be interesting to see if Swarzak and Sewald, or if either of them continue to warm for New York here, or if John Ouellette gives up. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Gardner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 9th, with the Mets trying to hang on for the victory. 1-2. Curveball goes well inside, 2-2 the count. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Gary Sanchez. That's going to miss low, and now the count is full on the sinker, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Gary Sanchez. Outside, ball 4, and after Blevins got ahead on 1 and 2 on back-to-back batters, 3 straight balls to each, and he walks them both. And now 2 on for the Yankees, and Aaron Judge coming up, who's definitely in need of something, only 1 of 4 today with an RBI single. That came in his last at bat off Robert Gazelman. As Blevins starts to struggle here, it just needs 2 more outs, as the first pitch is a changeup low, ball 1. Mets don't want to have to use anyone like a Familia or a Ramos or a Ouellette unless they absolutely have to. 1-0 to Judge, check swing, it's in there anyway, and the sinker at 89, 1-1. Diamondbacks now lead the Rockies 6-2. Goldschmidt is 4 for 4. Joey Gallo has a homer for the Rockies. 1-1 to Judge. Judge, that's going to hit him though. And now the bases are juiced for Giancarlo Stanton. Blevins now in trouble after getting the pop out to Gregorius to open up the inning. And Swarzak will now come in to get these final 2 outs as Blevins struggles. Swarzak has had a great year for the Mets and looking to finish things off, but he gets thrown right into it. Bases loaded, 1 out against Giancarlo Stanton. Trying to keep this 7-run game here and salvage the Mets' victory. First pitch, 2-seamer, misses, ball 1. This might be the best opportunity the Yankees have had all game long. 1-0 to Stanton. Whoa, that backs him off a fastball. Stanton doesn't want to see what happened in 2014 with Mike Fiers to happen again, especially in this spot of the season. 2-0. Swarzak's 2-0 offering to Giancarlo Stanton is going to be fouled off to the right side, 2-1, and a nice breaking ball. Two and 1 to Giancarlo Stanton. Swing and a miss on a fastball, and now the count is even 2-2. Swarzak looking for a big strikeout with Gleyber Torres standing in the on-deck circle. 2-2 to Giancarlo Stanton. Slider misses, and the count is full. Everyone's going to be running. Bases loaded, 3-2, 1 out. Yanks down by 7 here in the 9th inning. 3-2 to Stanton. Stanton pops one up. Shallow right. Bruce has got a beat. Makes the catch. Makes a big throw home, and Bruce takes a hard fall. Nobody tried to come home anyway. Now Bruce is all dirty and dusty. But anyway, the Yankees are down to their final out. And it's Gleyber Torres. 2 for 3, a single and a double, along with a walk for Gleyber Torres as Swarzak looks to put the finishing touches on a Mets victory. It's a ground to first. Flores field steps on the bag, and the New York Mets win it over the Yankees 10-3. Steven Matz moves to 2-3 with the victory. Jordan Montgomery gives up 5 in the first inning. A grand slam by Flores, homers by Rosario and Batista, and the Mets get the victory to get a even of the series, with Game 3 of the series coming tomorrow with CC Sabathia against Noah Syndergaard. As Steven Matz, happy about that victory for New York. We'll take a quick look at the statistics. 10 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for New York. The Mets, the Yankees with 3 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. Wilmer Flores 1 for 4. Rosario 1 for 4. Batista 1 for 3. All hit it deep. Only guys with multiple hits in this game, Didi Gregorius and Gleyber Torres. Losing pitcher, Jordan Montgomery. 3 innings, 3 hits, 7 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Steven Matz, a big factor in this one. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. We hope you enjoyed. This is WUB Network. We'll see you next time.